I like for me it would be like Blueprint, Black Album, and Reasonable.
Oh,
no,
Black.
no.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Black. Oh man.
You said American Gangster.
American Gangster is hard. Like when it came out, it was the
top
beat. Like
3 though. You gonna leave Black Album off of top 3? You're crazy.
that's.
Austin Millz, this is a long time coming.
Yes, sir.
I'm so happy we're doing this.
Me too.
I've been chasing you for a while.
I know. Oh, we're here now. So.
We're here now, finally.
Yeah.
At the right time. Because you just moved out here, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been a year out here in LA.
Where did you come from?
Came from Harlem, New York, Harlem World.
Fam, do you not miss New York when you're in cars here?
I'm gonna be honest, because I'm just trying to adapt to LA right now, but like the New York can't leave me. Like it's just in me. It's cemented in me. But there's times when I miss Harlem a lot.
What I've noticed is as well, I think, when it comes to LA and New York, they go in 10-year cycles of
That
when
is
it comes
true.
to music
Yeah,
industry.
for sure. Yeah.
Everybody's in LA now.
Everybody's
It's
in LA.
bleeding.
Yeah.
Because now when I go back, that's also why I keep coming back more often, is because I find myself when I go to New York now, and this is no offense at all, but I'm running out of people I want to interview.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Mean, I don't know what's going on with New York. I don't know if the rent's too high or just, gentrification is happening. People are moving out of New York. But, the creativity, the influence, the impact, and just that energy is I'm sorry to say this, but it's moving out of New York.
It's moving out for sure.
Yeah.
And it seems like here is just...
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
Everybody.
every night you can find something. There's a session every day. Like there's so much stuff going on here. It's crazy.
Except for the clubs here close at 1 or 2.
Yeah, last call 1:30.
Bruh, what is that?
Yeah.
Now I've started playing out here. By the time I get in a great mood, the lights come on. I'm like, I just got tipsy. What is this?
Exactly. And as I'm saying, if a club starts at 11, ends at 2, how many DJs can you put in one bill?
Interesting. That's really interesting as well. Because especially if you're thinking about in Europe, for example, when you have a club night, it's also very often a great opportunity to have up-and-coming DJs play not just the first slot, but the first 2 slots, for example, because there is enough room for a big headliner, an up-and-coming headliner, and someone closing it off.
Exactly.
And here, it's just like 3 people max, and they all kind of have to hold some sort of weight.
Yeah.
So how are you finding it? Because obviously you're a producer, but you also DJ.
Yeah.
You do loads of sets.
For me personally, I'm still trying to figure it out, like the LA scene in itself, because New York, I pretty much had it like down to a T. So LA, I'm trying to figure it out as well. I haven't, really, it's very different in New York. So I'm trying to maneuver and find the right pockets. But for me personally, I'm focusing more right now, present moment, just on producing and trying to get my sound right and just trying to get my music right, my catalog up. So then I'm just traveling.
You just got a song out. Was it last week or something?
Just dropped last Friday, yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's pretty happy about that. It's called Bad Behavior. I dropped that indie with Remy Wolf, and it's going crazy. He already has like over 100,000 streams already.
Like, more than 100, bro. That's way more than 100.
100,000 streams, it's going really great. I'm getting a good response. Reception is amazing. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So that's
where do you want to take that producer thing, like the producer career?
I'm gonna take it to the moon. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah.
Okay, if we can take anybody into the studio right now, who will we take?
That's a good question.
Like nothing is an issue. Money, time.
I mean, I would love to get in with Kendrick.
Ooh.
Or Anderson .Paak.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just about, if I need to tell Free Nationals tomorrow,
Let's get it, yeah.
And what would you do with someone like Anderson .Paak though?
I would just give him some of that Harlem flavor, that soul, and just spice it up a little bit. It's like LA meets Harlem. I already know what I'm gonna do. I already got the track ready.
Listen, again, we're manifesting.
Yeah,
we're
for
just putting it out in the world. Now you're close to him now as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're gonna run into each other.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And he's gonna know who you are anyways.
We'll see, yeah.
He must know. But you know what I find really interesting about you? What you've done with a lot of people who I've mentioned to that I'll be talking to you today.
Yeah.
Some people who might not really immediately know who or what. I'd say, the guy who flips the beats while he's on a bridge around, and then they go, oh, that guy.
This year has been insane because I've
viral.
been in so many random places. I'll be in CVS or just walking the street and somebody would just come up to me doing this. You're the guy. I'm like, yeah.
I love that. once you did the first one, which one was the first one?
The first, I just flipped the track in my room. I took I did it, put it on Instagram.
Right.
Put my phone away, checked back an hour, got a lot of responses. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then the week later, I did another one. I think it was like the last week I was in New York too. So I did a video on my roof.
Right.
Just random. Felt like doing it. It was raining. Perfect vibe. I did it. Didn't think nothing of it. Woke up in the morning, my phone was blowing up like crazy. I think shouts to Jyoty, Selection posted it. And then like after that, everything just took off. Yeah.
Now you're on Brooklyn Bridge. You're in South Africa on top of mountains doing the madness. It's great branding as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It becomes so recognizable. Mm-hmm. It's seeing Austin Millz with a view.
Yeah.
Making a beat on the spot, and it's always something mad catchy as well. You always see people like DJs and stuff in the comments going, "Yo, when is this dropping?"
Oh yeah. That's
so you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. It was all part of marketing. You know, I went to college for digital marketing.
Boom.
Well, journalism.
You did journalism?
Yeah. I went to college for Penn State for journalism. So I mean, I already had like, little things I was already thinking of, but I didn't do it with a mission just to go viral. I did it just because I wanted, at the time, people just to recognize my talent. So I figured, like, let me show it because, I'm just not a dude taking pictures on Instagram. Like, I want to show people, like, my actual talent.
What are some things recently that you thought would have been a dream and that turned into reality? What are some things you can...
I think definitely... It's a lot of things, but I went to South Africa twice this year.
Yeah.
And that's something that's just been a blessing. I've one of my goals this year was like I wanted to go to Africa, and it happened midway through the year and twice. So that was an amazing thing that happened, and that kind of just told me that I'm doing the right things, just showed me I'm doing the right thing, and it just made everything feel right, comfortable.
Right.
To like set everything for 2020 up.
What are you trying to do in 2020 though?
Oh, I'm taking everything to the next level. Like, yeah, I got really big goals, big dreams. And, I'm just a kid from Harlem, so just to actually travel the world, you don't really see too many people where I'm from to make it in that capacity.
Right.
And, I'm not necessarily urban, so I'm doing a lot of dance music, so I want to bring that feeling back. I want people to make people dance again, the way Diddy was doing in the 90s. I want to bring that back to the clubs. I want people to feel good, dance again. Like, you don't always got to just pop bottles at the club. You can actually dance and have a good time. So I'm trying to bring that back to the festivals, to the shows. And I'm just trying to bring my flavor out there. So I'm traveling the world again next year. And
what are some like clubs or parties that you used to go to in New York that you used to like love and wait for it to come around?
Like honestly, growing up in New York, we were spoiled because we had teen nights. So we were going to like Club Speed, Greenhouse, all these different clubs in New York that was around at that
Questionable
time.
Names, okay.
Yeah.
We had a club Exit in Amsterdam. It doesn't exist anymore, and that was like the biggest gay club. And the reason it was named Exit was exactly for what you think.
Okay,
it was named for.
But yeah, we had all these places and that time in New York was like chicken noodle soup era. This is like when people were dancing, like
yeah.
So that vibe was there, and it was an amazing feeling. It was an amazing time in New York, and then things just started changing.
Right.
When bottle service started happening.
Right. And also, I think you mentioned gentrification earlier. The crowd of New York was changing.
For sure.
The people spending money and moving into the city.
Yeah, Harlem isn't the same. Brooklyn isn't the same. No. But you still got the little pockets of the culture.
What do you miss the most of home?
I feel like the food.
Really? People here always say, like, people say LA has great food.
I mean, LA has Mexican food. It has its a lot of what is it?
Korean food,
Korean, Thai, and all that stuff. Filipino, but that New York, I'm missing that soul food. I'm missing that, that Spanish food. That arroz con pollo, like Dominican, Puerto Rican food. Because I'm half Puerto Rican, so.
I was gonna get to that. I was gonna ask you where your family's from because I can never tell when I look at you. I'm like,
I'm missing that right now. So.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Food, I guess, and also just the fact that everything's so late as well.
Yeah, you got the bodegas that are open 24 hours. So if I want to like a chopped cheese or like a
bodegas got all the action as well.
Yeah.
You always walk into a bodega, there's something happening.
Yeah. For
someone's
sure.
fighting or someone's just cracking jokes at you and you're not even aware.
Yeah.
I like personally, I feel like all the catcalling that I've experienced in New York, the most interesting things I've ever heard have always been from people out bodegas or barbershops. The things, and I was like, okay, that's good, whatever, that's creative. You creative with it.
Only New York, I'm telling you.
Only New York is where you leave the house at 8 a.m. eating an apple and someone's yelling at you, damn, I wish I was that apple. You're like, what? You want me to do what now? I love that.
Yeah, only in New York.
What is one of the best gigs you've ever played?
Like, honestly, like, this last gig I did in South Africa at Rockin' and Daisy was amazing. Like,
shout out George.
Yeah, because
it
was a good time slot, late set. And everything, like, everything was connecting. Like,
I saw the video.
Yeah.
It looked lit.
Yeah, and I did a set, all my remixes, and I get to preview my new track. Everything was just, like, lit. Yeah.
What's an ideal set for you?
Yeah, right now it would just be me playing out my remixes, some
right.
originals, some exclusives, and then getting crazy on the pads too.
Right. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
God, multifaceted.
Yeah. So I my goal next year is to expand my live set and just, take it to the next level. Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
You're gonna be huge, I can just imagine like people trying to slide in your DMs, because especially now with the producing thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna have these major artists gonna start hitting you up.
Yeah.
Specifically because there's a thing about always getting to a producer first before everyone's already worked with them. And now you're in the right spot as well. Yeah. So you're gonna be actually physically around these people all the time. My favorite question to ask everybody, and I do ask everyone this question, is if I send you to an island all by yourself and you can only listen to one album for the rest of your life there, what album would it be?
That's a great question.
Because it has to be a project that you will never get sick of.
Honestly, take it back to like New York on like some hip hop tip would be like Jay-Z Blueprint. That's just like from top to bottom.
Top 3 Jay-Z albums, go.
For me.
Come on.
I got stories too, cause
oh, come on.
All right, for me personally, I would say Blueprint 1.
It's in my list.
Number 2, American Gangster.
Oh. Okay, so for me, I'll go Reasonable Doubt.
And then 3, Reasonable Doubt.
Okay. For me, it would be like Blueprint, Black Album, and Reasonable.
Oh,
no,
Black.
Okay.
Oh, Black. Oh, man.
You said American Gangster?
American Gangster is hard. Like, when it came out, it was the
top
beat. Like,
3, though. You gonna leave Black Album off of top 3? You're crazy.
That's top 5. Like, you can even put it. I would Reasonable Doubt and Black Album. I don't know. I really don't know. That's the go-to though. That's why I was trying to give you like a little curveball with the American Gangster.
Oh, that's what you were doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see how you feel now? That's a great discussion. It's always a tough one. Oh, Neptunes or Timbaland? Let's go.
For me personally, Neptunes.
Interesting. Why?
Just the influence of growing up listening to this like music and the sounds that Pharrell and Chad were doing at the time. I never heard it.
That was
in that capacity.
That was some futuristic stuff.
And just like the minimalistic simplicity, the way they were putting together sounds with the drums, and just the way they were making artists that wasn't necessarily popping at the time, they were giving them hit singles.
Britney Spears' Slave for You and Boys. That's a song that I could play in any crowd.
Like Mystical Danger. Like, see,
this is so interesting.
Like, it's what?
Emotionally, my answer would always be Neptunes.
Yeah.
When I break it down, we had a 2-hour discussion about this.
I could talk about this for hours too.
Timbaland can give an artist an album from start to finish.
Yeah, like he's executive producing. He's giving you a palette. He's giving you a sound.
And he can go cross-genre. So he could do the Missy, but he could do Nelly Furtado and Justin Timberlake, but he also did Genuine. Yep.
Yeah, he did the lead.
Slippery R&B stuff.
He did One Direction. Like
crazy.
No, what's that remix? Not One Direction.
I don't know the name of the remix. But he's what
Too late can go apologize. One Republic.
No, that's I was gonna say that's One Republic.
But he remixed it and it became
a hit.
Yes.
Huge. So he's like well-rounded and multifaceted in that sense. And then the thing with Neptunes
but
is
you can't take because
but
they were doing the same thing though, to a degree with Justin.
Yeah, but the thing with the Neptunes is they had a sound when you heard it, you knew it was them. Yeah, they had those little beaming sounds.
And then the way they start the song, like the first 4 bars repeat. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
Okay, interesting.
Every song, like the first 4 bars repeat.
I find it's so fascinating because they were the two. If you think about when we were growing up, those were the 2 producers that everyone was going to, and like all the hit singles that we grew up with. Either it was Timbaland or it was the Neptunes.
Yeah.
And now with you being a producer yourself, I was having this conversation with Ye. I was saying, when we was growing up, the producers got the credits on the back of a song. Because it was on the album. Because it was always about the singer or the rapper. Now we live in a time where if you get to jump on a track that Sango produced, you're lucky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
it's a cycle because in the 80s, the DJ was first. Because look at DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
100%.
Eric B and Rakim. Like Eric B is a DJ.
Right.
So like, and then the 90s, it kind of went back to the rapper first. And then I think around like when Diddy started producing with the Hitman, it was like, all right, this is produced by the Hitman and Diddy. So like, and then Pharrell, like, this is produced by Neptunes. So things started changing.
Because now you look at like Metro Boomin and people like that, and that's the name that stands out, and that gives you the reason to believe that, oh, I might like this.
Yeah, it's like a stamp of approval.
Yeah, the cosign now is coming back to the producers, and I think it's a really look. I don't produce. But I can imagine for producers right now.
Yeah, it's an amazing time.
It must feel great.
Yeah.
So, and then for you, I think that's also a thing you can work towards, as being that stamp of approval. Who are some producers that you've always like looked up to and have inspired you?
For me, I would say,
other than Neptunes and Timbaland.
Other than that was Just Blaze. Or is Just Blaze. Like just that sound.
For me, mommy.
From the soul samples to the way he was flipping, it was just crazy. Like, yeah, Just Blaze and the Heatmakers, I always like shout them out, because when I seen that Heatmaker Smack DVD video when he was just on the pads, it's like that soul sampling around that Kanye West time when he was doing the Chipmunk, that kind of like inspired me right there to start doing what I'm doing.
What are some albums that changed your life that you can like always remember where you were when you heard it?
Diplomatic Immunity, Kanye Graduation.
Graduation?
Oh my God.
For you? That was
Yeah.
I had a fight the other day. I was at a dinner. Wherever I go, I end up in a Kanye discussion somehow.
Me too. I've been eating dinner lately, having like just meetings or just random link ups, and Kanye's always center of conversation.
I'm that girl at the after party where everyone's having fun. I'm arguing about Kanye in the bedroom with some stranger because I'm trying to defend him all the time. Because I was 14 when College Dropout came out. Changed my life. I will always remember where I was the first time I heard Through the Wire, and I played it about 14 times in a row because I couldn't understand what I was hearing. It just didn't make sense to me. I was obsessed. I was like, what's this voice and what's this beat?
Like that album was
and
amazing.
The sample.
I remember when he dropped Slow Jams, that was like, yo, what is going on? This is too fire.
I remember the first time I saw Kanye.
An Overnight Celebrity. Oh my God. Like that time was just...
It was next level shit, really and truly.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to see the first time I saw Kanye, the ticket was 10 euros. 10 euros in Paradiso, my favorite venue back home in Amsterdam. It's a converted church. He had John Legend as a background singer. Background singer. A whole John Legend. And Marie Benery, the hip hop violinist.
I remember.
She was on tour as well. I'll never forget, he came out and he was wearing a pink polo and a green polo over it. And then he had the Rockefeller chain on. And I was 14 years old and I cried during the concert. Now I find myself tearing up at many gigs because when I hear someone I really, really
Wait,
love.
when you're DJing, you cry?
No, when I'm at concerts.
I'm like, what? It was, well, he is, but it was at the time so original, unique. Like, he wasn't following anyone's blueprint. Like, it was just him. Like,
and then 808 and Heartbreaks came out. Who did that? Who had done that at that point?
Yeah. We can talk about Ye for hours.
Listen, but the argument I was having at the dinner table, coming back to it, was this one person from this label said, yeah, I love Kanye, blah, blah, but Graduation was trash.
What?
And I went, I dropped my pizza. I was like, excuse you? And he said, name me one song that you like. And I was just like,
all right, I don't know if that's a hot take. He's trolling. Like, come on, Stronger.
Barry
Bonds. I Wonder.
With what's the T-Pain track on there again?
Good Life.
Good Life. I was just, there anthems upon anthems on that album. Yeah. And he just wasn't with it. He was like, nah, that's a throwaway album he did.
All right. I was listening to this album on repeat for the whole week. Mary J. Blige's second album is so fun.
Which one is the second one?
I think it's My Life. Or it's not What's the Full One. I think it's My Life. Have you ever heard it?
Have I heard Auntie Mary?
You didn't
Have I heard Auntie
give
Mary?
Me a reaction when I said it.
Bruv, Faith Evans. What's she doing now?
I don't know, but her first album.
She married to Stevie J now.
Her first album is impeccable. Like it had the same producers as Mary J. Blige's second album too, so that makes sense.
I know that.
Yeah.
Okay, those were great times. We was talking about like Lauryn Hill and stuff earlier. Erica, all these like
I love Erica's
larger
albums.
than life women.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Walk into a room and you're like, oh no.
That whole like with Erica and D'Angelo and just that whole neo soul era was fire.
D'Angelo, definitely. Jill Scott. We could go. Yeah, we could go on about this. This is great. Okay, sweet or spicy?
Oh, we doing like questions, like
come on,
quick questions.
Come on, you took
spicy.
Too long. Me too. I don't like sweet.
No.
If you could live anywhere outside the U.S., where would you live?
I'm such an American. I don't know. I would probably want to live in like Italy. I love Italian food.
When you put your toilet paper roll on the
where are you going with this?
Trust me, this is an important question because my housemate and I, Adam and I, we've never brought it up in conversation. But he always puts the roll with the paper facing the wall. Me, however, I put it on with the paper facing you. And every time I go in, we turn it around. Like even when the roll's finished, it's like this passive aggressive war we have in the house, and it's the only thing we don't see eye to eye on. How do you have your toilet paper?
I don't even think about it, but now that you say it,
it's a thing.
I put it on with the paper over.
Because why would you do it the other way around, touching?
That's like saying, do you like your hangers, the hook on the left side or the right side? It's like, what do you prefer for hangers? You never thought about that either, right?
No, it has to go over, not facing me.
But say like if you have a walk-in closet.
Yeah.
And, do you put does the hooks go that way in or does the hooks go out?
No, they go in, like towards the wall.
But why?
That's how they're supposed. That feels natural.
I don't know.
The other thing would make me feel really awkward.
I don't know.
Do you have them the other way around?
Possibly.
Do you? That gives me the heebie-jeebies because that's just weird. Who was your first ever crush?
You asking like some tough questions.
Do you remember a celebrity crush?
Yes, I'm trying to think because I've like years go by.
First,
I'm trying to think of like who I was like J-Lo maybe Tiara.
J-Lo was great.
Yeah, I feel like it's someone else, but it's just like I can't think of it.
J-Lo is like no one can fault you on that one.
Yeah,
no one had seen anything like J-Lo before. She was different, bit of a unicorn.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you saw J-Lo, you're like, have you seen her now?
Yeah.
This is not normal. Who the fuck looks like that at almost 50? Get out. And she doesn't look manufactured.
No.
She looks good.
Yeah.
God. Finish this sentence. If I ask you, you got to tell everybody, Austin Millz is.
Austin Millz is worldly.
Bro, this is 2020. We're international, baby.
Global.
You are. Listen, I can't wait to see your journey. I'm happy for you.
No, thank you.
I'm rooting for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Great, we're done.